Hey everyone, and welcome to Hooked on Needles and Crafts. Today we're going to be doing a crochet kit from Five Below. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, guys, we're doing another crochet kit from Five Below. Since the movie Wicked is coming out this Friday, November 21st, I thought it'd be great to try these kits. So these kits are made by Innovative Designs LLC. If you have not seen my Halloween kits yet, you know that I am not a fan of this company, and I am always going to be honest about it. I'm always hopeful, but as someone that is just trying these kits out for the viewers, I really hope you get to see this video before you even go and buy it, because I would like to save you the heartache. And I only say that because I bought like 4 Halloween kits, 4 or 5 of them, and I only did 2 because the other ones were a mess. There was no time to figure it out, and they weren't really requested anyway, so it worked out. But hopefully I can get this one done. This one is of Glinda. We also have Elphaba. If you have not seen my unboxing or Five Below haul video yet, but this one is was requested first, so I'll be doing Glinda first, and she does look a little bit more complicated than Elphaba. So if this is a nightmare, at least we're doing the nightmare first, and then hopefully the other one will be on easy streets. Okay, so in this kit you're going to be getting a crochet needle, a sewing needle. It looks metal, but I think it's going to be plastic. We'll see. We have safety eyes, stuffing, a few spools of yarn, and a little bit of detail yarn, probably. What they don't give you in this kit that I think you need to go out and get are stitch markers. Here's a pack that I have been collecting over time from all the kits that I've been doing on my channel that has markers. I'm finding that the new ones now don't add them in, which is, I think, a travesty, because they're definitely helpful in helping you keep track of your stitch count as well as where you are in the project. And they're only a few dollars a pack, so I mean, I could have very well bought more of these for a few dollars, but I just ended up saving all the ones that I received. Okay, so in your little plastic kit, we've got the detail yarn. It looks like we have black embroidery floss too, safety eyes. It is a plastic needle and a crochet hook, because if this is supposed to be for 6 years and older, you really don't want to have any metal anything, even though the plastic is also not safe. You can, trust me, you can, even on blunt objects you can hurt yourself. But anyway, here's a spool of yarn, another one. Oh, I don't like it when it's like this. I like it when it's like this. Another one, and it looks like there's a lot, so hopefully we don't run out of material this time. Here's the stuffing. I'm pretty sure that we might run out of this. I would suggest getting a large bag of stuffing on hand for any projects that you do, because some people prefer a nice full firm doll, other people prefer plushies, so that makes sense. But just in case, and then also if you ever want to make more than one, you have your stuffing ready to go. And then we have the instructions. So this video is pretty much a supplement to the kit. If you want to make this kit, I highly recommend that you get the kit yourself. You can find this on the Five Below website or at your Five Below store. I cannot show the instructions due to copyright. I've also been asked specific questions about the instructions on these videos, and I cannot dispense that information as well. And for the viewers there that want to protect themselves, please don't answer the questions as well, because you know, you just don't want to get in trouble. Okay, so there's 2 packet sheets that come in these kits. This is going to be the universal explanation of each abbreviation. this pretty much is the same from instruction to instruction, so it's good to know these by heart. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, if not more, maybe close to 30, goodness gracious, because I was just a child when my aunt taught me, so I've been crocheting forever. So I know most of these by heart. Alright, and then the other sheet, like I said, is of the instructions. So let's get to it. If you need to speed up or slow down the video, go ahead and click the gear button in the corner. There's playback options to go fast or slow. If you don't need to hear me talk, you can lower the volume on your device and click on the CC closed caption button. Alright, so let me actually just clear off. You always want to have a nice clear workstation. And just as an FYI, if you get these spools like this, a nice perfect spool, you can tell by the weaving of how a machine ended up doing this. You do have that end piece that is sticking out on the outside. That's easy to get, but when you pull it, this is what's happening. It's rolling around, right? Well, to avoid the rolling around, what I like to do is go into the inside. If you can find the other end, that's great. If not, we're just gonna pull out a chunk of this. So I'm just opening this up, and then I'm gonna go in here and just pull a chunk out. You might pull an obscene amount like this, and it might be scary, but you know that you have the other end because there's only one piece of yarn coming out here. So all you have to do is, here's the other end. You can just unravel this, set this aside. Eventually you're going to crochet it in, and then you're gonna use up all this yarn. And so then from here you can put down a little paperweight. I don't know if that's heavy enough, but then when you start pulling, I guess it's not heavy enough. Well, a little, it kind of is. See, doesn't roll around. I know, I should probably stop. But anyway, just showing you that. That's why I like it when it's this way. When it's this way, yeah, not so much. Good luck with that one. So, I like it when it's like this. Alright. If you've had experience with these kits before, and you know that they run out of material sometimes, I would go ahead, so you don't have to stop, to your local hobby store. Walmart has yarn. Try to find a similar color with a similar gauge so that you don't have to stop. When I did the Halloween kits, I just stopped. I was like, nope, ran out, gotta wait, because I was not even home. I was on a business trip. But anyway, it's always good to have everything you need. So that's the one thing that I don't like about these innovative design kits. Here's the crochet needle. It's made out of metal. It's 3.5 millimeter. And then I'm going to leave the rest in here so it doesn't get dirty or lost. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so we're going to do the feet and legs first. We're going to start with the pink. I just split it in half, and I grabbed the end on the inside, and hopefully it won't go crazy. I'm going to slip this in here. Sometimes something in there will keep it from moving around to, yeah, just moving around. Alright, so we're going to start with the magic ring. To do that, grab the end and wrap that 3 times around your finger. You want a little bit of overage here so that you can put your middle finger on there just like that. And then what we're going to do is slip the crochet hook underneath those 3 strands. I'm going to pull this back out, and I'm going to drag this strand underneath these 2. So hook it, turn the hook to its side, and then pull that underneath the 2 strands. So from here, you're going to yarn over, take this feeder yarn and put it over the hook like that, and then we're going to pull this strand through the loop like that. So then you can let go of your middle finger and you can slip off the rings off your index. So rewind this video as many times as you need to figure out this beginning of the magic ring. You can always, again, click on the gear button and change the playback speed to go slow so that you can catch it in slow-mo, I guess. But now we're going to move on and we're going to do the single crochet stitches. Alright, to do a single crochet stitch, what you're going to do is stick your hook into the rings like that. From here, you're going to yarn over like that. Then we're going to pull this strand through the rings like that. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. Then we're going to yarn over again and you're going to pull through these 2 loops. So you have your first single crochet stitch. If you look at the top, this stitch has 2 loops, one on this side, one on the other side. Alright, let's do this again. Stick your hook into the magic ring, yarn over and pull up a loop, so you have 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Alright, so now you have 2 single crochet stitches, a loop over here and a loop on the other side. So let's do this one more time with you guys. Stick your hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. So now we have 3 single crochet stitches, loops on this side and loops on the other. So now I'm just going to continue the rest of the single crochet stitches on this magic ring. Again, I highly recommend that you get this kit if you want to make these. I cannot show any instructions or release any information about these instructions, and I encourage viewers to not release that as well for their protection. Okay, so after you have your single crochet stitches, we now have to close the magic ring. So the idea behind the magic ring is that you start with a large hole and then you end up with no hole. So overhand your hook like this. We're going to hold the bottom stitches with our thumb and index finger. Don't hold on too tight. I had, some viewers ask or say I can't pull it. Well, my question is maybe are you holding this too tight? You want it to be kind of loose. So we're going to pull this excess piece here and watch to see which one of these 2 loops goes in first, this one or that one. So pull on this end and watch which loop goes in first, and then stop once you've identified which loop goes in first. Alright, so we saw this one move. What you want to do is pull the lower end out, not this end, this end. So pull that lower end out of that loop and you're going to see this one start to go in. You want to pull it until that loop is entirely gone into the magic ring. Okay, so now we have that. But now we have to get rid of this loop. So to get rid of this loop, you have to pull on this excess piece. So do that now. Pull it until that loop is gone into the magic ring entirely. And now we're kind of left with a tiny hole. What you want to do is pull in the opposite direction, a little up, like a 45-degree angle. You're going to feel a little budge, and that's about it. You don't have to pull too much, just enough to make that little tug, and then the hole is completely gone. So from here, like I said, I'd recommend getting these. Just pull out a marker. And we're going to mark the last stitch we made. So from the hook, let's count stitches here. We have our first one here, and like I said, it comes with 2 loops, 1 loop here, 1 loop there. We're going to put this underneath those loops, and we want to be able to clear it, so you don't want to pierce any yarn there. You just want it right under the stitch, and when I pull this, you can see it's pretty clear. So then you can close this up, and we're ready to start round 2. So For round 2, we're going to do a bunch of increasing stitches. I'll show you what that is. But what you want to do again, count the stitches from your hook. You want to count the number that was required for round 1. So count that, and then we're going to stick our hook into that last stitch. Okay, so you might need to put some elbow grease in here to make sure you get your hook through that stitch nice and cleanly. The first round's always just going to be tough to find. The rest should be easy. Alright, so from here we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches to make this increasing stitch. So yarn over, we're going to pull up a loop. So now we have 2 loops on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through those 2 loops. So we have our first single crochet stitch. So now go back into that same stitch we just used, and we're going to do 1 more single crochet stitch. So yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches, and they're coming out of this 1 stitch. Alright, let's do this again. Stick your hook into the next stitch. We're going to be putting 2 single crochet stitches in here. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then stick your hook back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops. So we have 2 single crochet stitches coming out of 1 stitch. Alright, one more time with you guys. Stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then into the same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops. So from here I'm just going to continue the rest of the instructions, and then we'll pop back in and I'll show you what to do next. I am trying to make my stitches just a little bit tighter than I normally would, because I have the experience of running out of material with this company. So try not to go too crazy with the yarn. You want to make sure that you have enough to finish the project and not have to pick a different color just to finish it. Alright. So from here, you can decide if you have a number of these, you can just add them. So you can count, like obviously this would be round 2, and then count each one there up. Or you can just remove this one and replace it. I normally remove it and then replace it, but I'm actually cooking right now, so I keep getting up. So I'm just going to leave this one here. I'm going to take another one and just slip it underneath the braid, check to see if you've cleared it, and I have. So we can close this up, but we're going to do round 3. So for round 3, we're going to be doing an alternation of instructions in a parenthesis. So normally when you see parentheses with instructions, you normally have to repeat that instruction however number of times the instruction says. So we're going to be alternating single crochet stitches with increasing stitches, and then it says times, there's an X and then a number. It means we're going to repeat this so many times around the circle. So let's do that now. And again, I highly recommend that you get this kit, because I am not allowed to share any of the instructions or pattern. So I'm just teaching you the components of these instructions, how to do the stitches step by step, and then what things kind of mean in here. And we're just learning that the parentheses mean you have to repeat those instructions times the number that the instruction says. Alright, once this is done, just add your marker underneath the last stitch we made, and then we're going to be going to do round 4. Alright, so for round 4 we're going to be doing single crochet stitches, so this is going to be fairly straightforward compared to the last round. So I'm actually going to do this round in silence. Alright, So now we're going to do round 5, and we have our first set of single crochet stitches, so let's do that first. And it's easiest when you just concentrate on one section rather than read the whole thing and freak yourself out. At the same time, when I do that, I miss that I have to change colors or something, and I have to undo some stitches. But anyway, so once you've done your single crochet stitches, I'm going to show you guys how to do a decreasing stitch. So first, if you haven't noticed, my project is now looking like a basket, and it does that because it naturally wants to curl inward, and that's normal. But the only thing is that this side here is the wrong side because you have this excess piece just sticking out. The stitching isn't as pretty as the other side, so what we're going to do is invert this, and you want to flip it inside out. Okay, so now you can see like the stitches do look kind of better, and it goes in that nice spiral. So we're going to take this excess piece and we're just going to curl it inside there just to hide it. You don't want to accidentally crochet into it either. Alright, so let's do a decreasing stitch. So unlike an increasing stitch, a decreasing stitch basically is taking 2 stitches and turning it into 1. So stick your hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Then you're going to stick your hook into the next stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 loops. Like that. So, let's do this again. Stick your hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Stick your hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 loops. So let me show you how to do this, you guys, one more time. Stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So guys, now you can rewind this part as many times as you need till you feel comfortable doing these on your own, but I'm going to finish the rest of the decreasing stitches required for this round. Alright, so from here we're going to finish off with single crochet stitches. So go ahead and do that now. Let me read ahead just a little bit. Okay, yeah, just continue with the remaining single crochet stitches. And then I'm going to put in a marker under the last stitch I made. And then we're going to do round 6. So this time we have again a set of single crochet stitches, then a set of decreasing stitches, and a set of single crochet stitches again. We have to change the color. So I'm not going to do the last single crochet stitch because I have to show you how to transition the color. So go ahead and do the first 2 sets and then do the last single crochet stitches with the exception of the very last one. I almost forgot. So I still have one more left to do. Let's take the hook and you want to pull it out as much as you can to make this really huge loop. And we're just doing this so that we don't lose the stitch, because we're going to set this aside for now. Then I'm going to come in with my skin toned, they're calling it skin toned yarn. And I'm going to show you how to cast on using a slip knot. So take your yarn here. You want your ring, pinky, and thumb to hold one end. You want your index and middle to hold the other, and just hold it apart like this. Then you're going to take your crochet hook and lie it perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to create this loop over your hook. You'll be able to slide your hook up and down with this loop. Just slide it down towards your thumb and hold it there. Take your middle finger off your right hand and just hold it where it crosses, so you can let go of your left, because we have to gather up some feeder yarn. And once you've done that, just re-pinch the end, get closer to that end there, and slide your hook closer to your thumb. Where it crosses, just pinch with your thumb and middle finger so that your hook can't move around anymore. But now we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through this loop like that. So now we're going to just yarn, put your hand over the hook, and we're going to re-pinch this end. You want to slide this knot close to your thumb. So just push that knot closer to your thumb until it can't go anymore, whether it's too close to your thumb or the knot is too tight. So either way, once you get there to one of those 2 points, then you're going to take your thumb and middle finger and just pull this little excess piece out to tighten up that knot just a little bit more. You don't have to go too crazy. But now I'm going to just slide this knot towards the hook, and we're just going to remove this off the hook because we have to get back to our project. Don't lose this. Alright, so picking up our project, put your hook back into this huge loop and pull on the feeder yarn to make it smaller. We're going to start our last single crochet stitch with the pink. Stick your hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull up a loop, so there's 2 loops on your hook. From here, you want to use your ring finger and just hold this pink yarn off to the side so that it's out of your way. Okay, so from here I'm just going to slip on the skin tone color yarn, wrap it around your finger. Let's pull this through both loops. Alright, so we're not going to be going back to pink, so let's cut about 1 inch or so from your feeder yarn. So now you can just put this away for a while until we need it again. Alright, then what I'm going to do is tie this pink yarn 2 times around the skin tone color one. It doesn't have to be tight, just enough to secure this pink so that you don't lose any stitches, and you can stick this excess piece into the shoe. Alright, so now we're here with our skin tone color yarn, and we're going to do the next round, which is round 7, and we're going to use the back loops only, and we're going to do a new stitch. Let me talk about it for a little bit. So I showed you before how there's 2 loops per stitch. There's this one and this one. When you're holding it normal like this loop becomes the front loop and this loop becomes the back loop, And when we work the back loop only, and that's abbreviated by, oh, it's not in this instruction here, but I think it's usually like BL. But anyway, so you just stick your hook into the back loop only. See how I just gathered that, and then the front loop is right here. So for round 7, we're going to use the back loops only, and we're going to do slip stitches. So let me show you how to do a slip stitch. It's really one of the simple stitches in crochet. So what you do is stick your hook into the next stitch, back loop only. So not this loop here, this one. Stick your hook in there. To do a slip stitch, you just yarn over, and you're going to pull through both loops off your hook. 1 and 2. Okay? And that's that. So let's do this again, you guys. Back loop only. Stick in your hook. We're going to do a slip stitch, yarn over, and pull through both loops off your hook. Just like that. One more time with you guys. Back loop only. Stick in your hook. Okay. We're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull up a loop, and you're going to pull through the other loop as well off your hook. Alright, so rewind this as many times you need, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to tell you what to do next. Oh, and I forgot to put my marker. So good thing we transitioned to colors, because I can see right where we did our last stitch, which is the pink. Quick little fix. Alright. I got 2 left of these back loop stitches here. And so I don't forget the next time, let's put in our marker for this last stitch we made. Alright, so now we're going to do round 8. So round 8 is going to be the same instruction, you guys. We're going to do the back loop only all the way around. So now that we've done it once together, you should be able to do this on your own. So I'm just gonna go around and complete this round. And make sure to clear the yarn. I feel like I'm splitting it. Alright, so now that we've completed that, take another marker, slip this underneath the last stitch we made to indicate round 9. So from 9 through 12 we're going to be doing single crochet stitches. I'm just going to take the moment, it says to stuff after we do this, but it's going to get tiny. So well, not tiny, it's just going to get too narrow. So I'm going to start stuffing now and then continue stuffing after I'm done with these rounds. So if this one's 9, 10, 11, 12. So again, I am cooking at the same time, so it's good that we have these markers because I know it's going to be the same instruction. I just have to use up all these markers. Okay, so let's just grab the stuffing and I'm just going to start filling this shoe. And I must say, I don't want to jinx myself, but as far as the instruction goes, it is a lot better than the last one. So far, I don't think I had too many problems with Mike Myers. I just ran out of material. Then I just did Chucky last time. I still actually have to finish that, but that wasn't that bad either, but they weren't calling certain stitches like they are here. This one is better. So alright, so now I'm going to do the rest in silence, you guys, and I'll come back in to show you how to finish off. Alright, so I've completed all the rounds and we have to do one last thing before we finish off. So it's telling you to do a slip stitch. I've shown you how to do that in the previous round, so let's do one slip stitch into the next stitch. Alright, and then from here we're going to leave a long oh no, we're not. Oh wait, yeah, we kind of are. So for the first leg, because I already actually made it, we're gonna leave a short piece here. You're gonna cut about 1 inch or so, and I can just show you in the other one, actually. I cannot. You just so from here you cut about 1 inch or so, so make pretend this is just 1 inch or so. Then we're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through the loop, and then you're going to pull it all the way out. So when you have this inch or so here, you pull it all the way out and then you pull on it to tighten this loop, and then you're done. And I'm gonna go ahead and stuff the rest of this leg because there's no stuffing in here. Okay, so go after you fastened off the first leg, go in and stuff your leg. But when you do the second leg, so you can stop this video and rewind it to do the second one if you need to rewatch all the steps to do the second leg. But when you get to the second leg, do not cut it. We're going to leave this on because we're actually going to sew into we're going to crochet into the first leg with the second leg. So I'll show you what that looks like. But for now, I'm just going to remove all these markers off here. So this is going to get into the body. Right, stuff your leg, make sure it's the same as this one. I might have to add just a little bit more. Okay, so for the body, we're going to fill with fiber fill as we build this. And, you know, I'll be able to gauge like when is the latest you can fill it if you hadn't filled it throughout making this. But we're going to transition to making the body round 13. I am going to mark the last stitch that we made, actually. Okay. All right. So for round 13, we have to do single crochet stitches. So let's do that now. Okay. Then we have to chain 2. So let me show you how to do a chain. So to do this, you just yarn over and you pull through the loop, and that's chain. We have our stitch, a loop on this side, a loop on the other side. Let's do this one more time. Yarn over, pull through the loop, and we have 2 chains now. Alright. So now we have to just line up these legs to be parallel. You don't want to accidentally flip one foot to the other side. That wouldn't be nice. So just make sure they look pretty good. Make sure that it's not like out where you could give her some sass, right? Have her tap her feet, like what the heck. But just make sure it's parallel. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, so this part is very wordy, and I have no idea what the heck it's saying, and I'm trying to open these instructions. I had left it folded. Technical difficulties. It's so funny how they word that. I am going to take that as the first single crochet stitch on the second leg. So I guess pick a stitch, let's say here, and do your first single crochet stitch. Okay. Then we're going to do the remaining single crochet stitches. Okay. And then we have to do single crochet stitches on these chains that we made. I'm not gonna get it into the rings. I'm just gonna go, well, maybe I should try. So try to stick your hooks from the chains. You can stick it just under the braid there. And we're gonna do our single crochet stitch. There's one. Then we're gonna do another. Okay, and then we're going to do the last one on the first leg where the marker is. Okay, so I'm going to just remove this and slip it under the stitch that we just made. Okay, let me just count to see where we're at with our stitches now. It's crazy. So in the brackets at the end of each round talks about how many stitches you're supposed to have. I do not have that amount. um hmm. Oh, because I guess we're supposed to count this twice. So if that's the case, then I guess I do have. Alright, let's just continue along. So for round 14, we have another parentheses. We have single crochet stitches and increasing stitches that we have to alternate how many times on this round. Okay, so let's do that now. Okay, I'm just going to replace this under the last stitch we made. And then we get to do 15 and 16. So for 15 and 16, we're going to be doing single crochet stitches all the way around. So that's going to be straightforward. For the 16th round, I'm not going to do the last stitch because we have to transition to pink again. So if that's 15, this is 16. And I'm going to be doing this in silence. Alright, so we are transitioning to pink. I almost forgot again. Pull this piece out, set it aside. We're going to grab onto the pink, and we're going to cast on with the slip knot. So again, ring, pinky, thumb, index and middle finger, hold it apart, lie your hook perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to create this loop around your hook. You can slide your hook up and down. What you want to do is slide it down towards your thumb. Take your middle finger and just hold it where it crosses so that you can let go of your left hand. We're going to gather up some feeder yarn here. Re-pinch the end, get closer to the end as possible to eliminate too much waste. And then we're going to slide our hook closer to our thumb, and you're going to pinch it right where it crosses so that your hook can no longer slide up and down. From here, we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull the strand through the loop. Then I'm going to overhand my hook, re-pinch my end, and we're going to push this knot towards the thumb. So do that until the knot gets nice and snug. Just to secure that knot a little bit more, I'm going to grab this little end piece and pull out that way. You don't have to pull too hard, just a little bit more to make that knot a little tight. So we're going to slide this knot towards the hook, and then we can remove this off of our hook because we have to go back to our project here. Put your hook back into that large loop and then make it smaller by pulling on that feeder yarn. And then we're going to do our last stitch with the skin tone color. Put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, then set this skin tone color off to the side, pick up the pink, and then we're going to pull that through the loop, and we've transitioned our colors. So now I'm just going to replace this under the last stitch we made and remove this one here. So let me just glance at it quick to see if we're going to be changing colors again. It doesn't look like we will, so I'm going to cut about 1 inch or so off this skin tone color, and we're going to tie it around the pink a couple of times just to secure it. It doesn't have to be too tight. And I'm going to do a double knot, and then we're going to continue on with the body. Alright, so for round okay, so for round 17 we're gonna do single crochet stitches. Alright, so let me just gather up some yarn here, and I'm gonna do this in silence, and we'll come back and do round 18. So for round 18, we're going to be doing single crochet stitches again, but this time we're going to be doing back loops only. Now I showed you guys already what this looks like, so you should be able to do this on your own. I'm just gonna go ahead and complete this round, and then we're gonna come back in and do round 19. I do find it a little odd that we wouldn't just already transition to pink, attaching the two legs together, because we have the 2 rows of skin tone color, which makes it feel like, is this supposed to be her butt or something? Like, I don't know. But considering right now we're doing the back loop only for this, I have a feeling that we're going to be, this is where we're going to be attaching the skirt. So, you know, this skin tone colored section is going to be covered up. Nonetheless, though, I just feel that they should have made this pink. It's just a little weird looking to me. I have to remember to make my stitches a little tight, just because I don't want to be, I don't want to end up not having enough material for this. Alright, place the marker. Okay. Now for round 19, we're doing another parentheses set of instructions, and we're going to be alternating single crochet stitches with decreasing stitches. Gathering up some yarn here. So I'm just going to do this, and then we're going to get into round 20. So here you can use the both loops this time. We're not doing anything fancy like the back loop only. I already showed you guys how to do the decreasing stitches. replace the marker. Now for the next round 20, we're going to do single crochet stitches, so this one's fairly easy. Okay, replace the marker into the last stitch we made. So now for round 21, we are doing another parentheses set of instructions, and we are alternating single crochet stitches with decreasing stitches. So let's do that now. All right, replace the marker into the last stitch we've made. And we're going to do round 22 and 23. So this is 22, this is 23. We're going to be doing single crochet stitches. Again, I'm going to, no, I missed a line. So I said we're not going to turn back to skin tone color, but that was a lie. I missed a line. It says we're going to turn back into the skin tone color. Oh, and you're probably watching me and was like, no, we are, don't cut it off. Well, I mean, you know, it's just a little fussy, but there's no biggie with having to just do another slip knot and put it together. So since I've already shown you that a few times already, I'll just show you again one more time. If I saw that, which I didn't, I can't believe I missed that, rather than cut it off, we would have left it on there, so we would just have to snake it up and then start using it for what, round 24, but that's fine. So I'm gonna do 22, 23. I'm not gonna do the last stitch because we're gonna come in and do the changing of the color here. Alright, so we are transitioning back to skin. Let me just read ahead before I cut off the pink or think about cutting off the pink, because after we do the body, we're gonna go straight into the head. I don't know if we're gonna do it in this video, but I just wanted to see if afterwards we are going anywhere near this pink. And we're not. Okay. So I'm going to cut this pink off after we transition to the skin tone color. But again, pull this crochet needle as far out as you can. Set your project aside. Pick up the skin tone color. Bring pinky thumb on one end, index and middle on the other. We're going to have the crochet hook perpendicular to the yarn. And then go down, out, and around, creating this loop for our hook to slide up and down on. Slide it down towards your thumb. Hold your thumb with your middle finger, hold where it crosses so that you can let go of your left. And then gather up your feeder yarn. Repinch the end a little bit lower to reduce the amount of waste of yarn. Then we're going to slide the hook closer to our thumb, pinching where it crosses so that you can no longer slide your hook up and down. We're going to do a yarn over, and then we're going to pull this through the loop. Then overhand our hook, repinch our end here, and we're going to slide our knot towards our thumb until we can't push it down anymore. Then we're going to take our thumb and middle finger and just pull out this little piece just to tighten it up a little bit more. And then of course this is our waist. I like when we don't waste so much. Take the knot and slide it up towards the hook, and then just take it off your hook, set it aside. We're going to pick up our project, slip your hook back into that huge loop, and then pull on the feeder yarn to make that loop smaller. And we're going to finish the last single crochet stitch of round 23. Okay, and then we're going to set this aside, slip on the skin toned color, and then pull that through both loops. I'm just going to replace the marker under the last stitch we've made. And then I'm going to cut about an inch or so. And we're going to tie it around the skin color toned yarn 2 times. Doesn't have to be too tight, just has to be secure. And then you can tuck that end piece inside the body. I want to remove this first marker down here. But anyway, so before actually we're going to do round 24. I know it says stuff after round 24, but it's going to get smaller. And what I want to do is put a little bit more on each leg. Because there is a cavity for it. If we put everything all at once, you might miss all the crevices in the legs, and then you'll have this gap in there. So take your stuffing, and we're going to split off 2 pieces, and I'm going to put them, you can like pull this out. Well, no, don't pull it out. Just hold on to it, and then I'm going to slip these 2 pieces down into each leg. And I might do it a couple more times just to make sure each leg gets the same amount of yarn in there. Okay, and then you can take another piece and put that whole piece in the cavity. All right. So now we can do round 24, and it looks like we're going to be doing another parenthesis set of instructions. We're going to alternate single crochet stitches with a decreasing stitch. Try not to crochet the fiber fill because it's going to go through your project and then it's going to look messy. Right. So last round for the body is round 25. And for this one, we're first doing single crochet stitches and then a decreasing stitch, and then we have a set of parentheses, well, one set of parenthesis instructions alternating single crochet stitches and a decreasing stitch. Doing that a number of times, and then we're going to do the last single crochet stitch and we'll be done with the body. So let's do that now. And again, like I said, just take those instructions piece by piece so that it doesn't feel too overwhelming. All right, so I'm just going to replace this to the last stitch we made, and we are going to move onto the head But first, you guys, I'm going to see how long this video is. I'm trying to keep it at least close to 2 hours. If it's a lot more than that, then we'll have to do another part of this series to continue with the head. So give me a sec. All right, I think I got about 20 minutes. So let's get this started and done with. So let's start the head. We're doing round 26. So what we're going to be doing is single crochet stitches, and we're going to be doing the back loop only again. So let's get right into that. Okay, back loop only. Let's do our single crochet stitches. Be nice if I can get through the entire head, but I don't think that's going to be possible. So we'll just stop where it is after a 20-minute mark. Okay, replace the marker under the last stitch we made. Okay, then for round 27 we are going to be doing increasing stitches. Right, replace the marker. Okay. So for round 28, we have a parentheses set of instructions. We're going to be alternating single crochet stitches with increasing stitches. Replace the last stitch we made here. Alright, so for round 29 we are going to be doing single crochet stitches, increasing stitches. We have a set of parentheses of instructions, alternating single crochet stitches with increasing stitches, and then we are finishing off with single crochet stitches. So again, break this down into pieces so that you're not overwhelmed by the overall set of instructions. That is such the key to all these instructions, especially when there's fine print. Okay. replace the marker. Okay, so that was a lot. Round 30. So for round 30, we have a parenthesis set of instructions, and we're going to be alternating single crochet stitches with increasing stitches. So let's do that. All right. So for round 31 through 36, 1, 2, 3, 34, 35, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We're going to be doing single crochet stitches. So I'm actually going to do this in silence. We have about 5 minutes left, so we'll see how long this takes, but we might end this at 36. We'll see. Alright, so we are at round 37. I did go over my 2-hour mark. What can you do? We'll continue part 2, starting with round 37. Alright, so comment below, let me know how it's going for you. Let me know if you have any weird happenings with your project. It's not looking bad. This instruction actually is probably the best so far out of the other ones that I've done thus far from Innovative Designs LLC. So cross the fingers. We still have the head, skirt, arms, hair, crown, and assembling. And we'll see how this turns out. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching. This is Hooked on Needles and Crafts. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.